So today I'm going to be rating your starter teams in FC26, so whether you copy them or you inspire yourself by taking a few of these meta cards, that's up to you. But let's go. So we do have one of the most trusted formations to start, the bog standard 4-4-2, and what I'm going to do is bring up the stats actually of the in-game so you can see exactly like what these players are offering. But De Gea, what I like is that he does provide that footwork. And another stat as well when the full game releases is to check out the reactions on a goalkeeper. That typically shows if they're going to be decent in game. So De Gea is a nice one. Cancelo in the right back position as well. I mean, the acceleration is really high, being 88. The rest of the stats are fine. If you're going to use him for the first few weeks, you're not going to have too many issues. And what I like also is depending on like what you're going to do with your starter teams, if you don't just copy these, you can play him left back, right mid, and also right back, which is kind of wild. But the rule is this year is to try and find defenders with minimum 85 stand tackle so they can trigger all the animations. But he does look fine, you know. Again, a couple of weeks in the game, you're gonna be good with him. Buongiorno, oh dear. I don't know if I'd run him with 65 acceleration, but he does have lengthy, so that might help him out. He's not too bad. He just looks a bit slow. And I don't think you really need to cut corners and bring in players like him. But we do have one of the best fullbacks for me last year. He gives you the jockey that I spoke about in like the last video. Love that on a fullback. You get anticipate, quick step, and these stats are just... they're fine. Like, they look kind of average, I can't lie. But like when you get him in game, he's just ridiculous. And he does feel usually a lot stronger than the physicals. Tried and tested by so many people last year, and he was like one of my favorite cards as well. So you can't really go wrong with Diaby. Scott McTominay is probably going to be like one of the most OP cards, genuinely. Like, look at those stats, and you can play him cam as well, which I don't know if necessarily I'd want to force him there with the low agility and balance, but to have him as that center mid with all of those play styles, you've got precision header, low driven, incisive. He actually looks brilliant. Camavinga, I don't think I've ever had a card of his that has disappointed me. The fact that you can play him CDM center mid and left back gives you so much growth with your side. So just bring him in. He's got the bruiser as well. Like, it's just, oh man, he's a beast. Jockey bruiser. He's just so good. He works really hard for the team. And then we have another like really overpowered looking card. Cam, right mid, left mid, center mid. This guy can play literally everywhere. And he's got low driven, incisive, inventive, got rapid, everything. And his stats are pretty damn good. Like 77 finish, don't worry about that. Hit bang them in. Like, EA will allow you to score like some very good goals early on, trust me. And then Jose Perez is actually another like baller we've got here. Dribbling is okay, the pace is fine, the finish in 86 with good attack positioning. Like, he looks ridiculous. Incisive, game changer, low driven, technical. I actually, yeah, really do rate the Jose Perez this year. And then we've got Mane to finish it off. I think he's just fine, like, especially in the Saudi league. You know, you've got the striker role, you've got winger if you really want to. He's got the low-driven shot, which I believe is going to be, like, pretty OP and still the one to use. I don't mind this team. I just think that, in all honesty, we could upgrade Buongiorno and, yeah, replace him. But the rest of it, yeah, I would bring in those players myself. So up next, we had the 4-3-3 attack, and I was using this formation on the beta, and it did feel pretty good. But I've just come across an overpowered meta-looking card. But let's go through the team. Kobel in goal. He has the 1v1 close down plus, which is great. He's got the long throw as well as deflector. So all in all, that is a pretty balanced goalkeeper. For 86, I think he's going to be in a lot of people's teams. Then we've got Livramento in the fullback position. I don't know why he's only 82 overall pace. Like, he is so much quicker than that, especially acceleration. Like, he does get off the mark fairly well. But in general, like, I think this is going to be a good card for potential Evos. So I do rate Livramento. Guardiola, you can never really go wrong. Like, with the block plus play style, like decent pace, and especially for the first few weeks, like, he is pretty good. Then we've got Schlotterbeck. And I know his sprint speed, as you can see, is only 72. But I would imagine like him to be feeling a little bit quicker than that. He does have the lengthy, he's got the anticipate, so it should help him out a bit more. And just in general, like good defensive stats. We've got Ram in the left back position. There aren't really too many insane options in the Bundesliga anyway. Like, you either go for Ram or you go for Davies. And you already know Davies is going to have an issue like defensive awareness. So it's like, you know, do you want more pace, less defending, or less defending, more pace? Did I just say that the same way? I think so. What a card this is. Remember the Sissoko from back in the day? Like, that type of like overpowered center mid. And with him only being 82, he's going to be another one getting sent into those Evos. It actually looks genuinely really nice. And with the Bruiser as well. Goretzka with the Incisive Bruiser. He's one of those where you're probably going to have to spend maybe like 20k on him, like 15, 20k like to start. Because there aren't really too many options that provide what Goretzka has. He has the pace, he's got balanced stats. He's just basically like a little cheap mini hoodie. He's only lacking like a little bit on the passing play styles. His finishing is going to be top tier as well, especially with that 85 overall shot. And his dribbling is nice, and you can play him in all different types of positions. So I like Cunha. And then Kudus, man, he's been cooking up. I mean, in terms of shooting, they're okay. But it's really what you're going to do with him on the ball. And I think a few years ago, I was using a 3 at the back, and I had him left mid. And wow, Kudus was on one of my favorite cards to use. And then we've got Diaz. Now, wow, I think this card is going to be truly insane. As a striker with that type of dribbling, pace, finishing, he's got the low driven, the technical and quick step. And he's 85 rated. I think he's going to be broken. I think this is going to be one to look out for. And then Doku to finish it off with his speed, rapid and stuff. So he's even got Enforcer as well. Fair play. Really, really good then. Hard to get him off the ball. And then that rapid with the quick step, like, he's gone. I mean, his finishing might be a little inconsistent, but just jet him down the line. I would rate this team. I mean, Ram, of course, like, you're going to have to make some sacrifices there because just, like, the Bundesliga and that. But all in all, yeah, I would personally use that myself. So I'm sure a lot of you know how good the 4-4-1-1 was, or maybe an FC26 is going to be even better. But if we have seen the in-game stats already, we just move on to the next player. So De Gea was in one of the other squads. So we have Aina in the right back position. Is a very, very good option, to be honest. With the quick step, he's got really good pace. You can make him lengthy as well, which is insane. Really good starter buy. But then again, if people catch on to this idea and you can play him left back, right mid, like, he's probably going to be fairly expensive for like an 80. Then we have Murillo, and wow, a broken meta card. A big guy as well. He's super, super stocky. And you've got 83 acceleration with okay sprint speed. If you can get him on like control lengthy, that'd be nice. He does have that bruiser. He's got good pace. And, you know, you're going to want to use that in your starting 11. Some of these cards haven't actually had their transfer yet. Can you imagine that alongside Saliba or like Timber or any of those players? Like, he's going to be stupid. 88 sprint speed in the Premier League. God knows, that's going to cost you probably like 45, 50,000 plus. And then we have DeMarco. Like, when you use DeMarco, you actually feel those really nice defensive like qualities. I know his pace isn't great, but there aren't really any other options that are going to give you what DeMarco has. And he's more of like a left mid than he's a fullback, to be honest. But you can play him there still, so that's good. And he does look nice with his finesse shot and low driven. Like, he's even got the shooting play styles. Pedro Neto. Now, this is a card that literally took over the game. I think it was during Foot Birthday when you could throw him into that Evo and stuff. Like, this guy is stupid. And you can play him striker, right wing, left wing. Right wing, left mid, striker and right mid. With rapid and quick step, that's all that you need. We've got Lobotka as the right centre mid. As a holding centre mid, yeah, you can't really go wrong with that. And Fratesi, believe it or not, he's like one of the few players that has like minimum 70 in all stats, or like some of them is 75 plus as well. Like, this is a really, really well balanced midfielder. Neres looks pretty good. Wow, he's got so many play styles. You know, the quick step, he's got the power shot if you really want to do that. He's got the technical, game changer. Jesus, he might really be one to look out for, yeah. And that game changer might just allow him to, you know, hit some of those dirty little Trivellas. And then obviously Cunha's popped up again. We're not going to be looking at his in-game stats. And Thuram, player of the month Thuram. That card was different. He was actually so good, and he still continued to play very, very well when he started to receive like other bonuses and yeah, boosts. But precision header, aerial fortress, and rapids, yeah, watch out for this man. He's gonna do you in. How would I rate this team? Obviously, Lobotka. I think maybe you could find like a better midfielder, someone that really glues a team together. Because a Fratesi, I don't think it's gonna be like that great. Lobotka as well. So if you could just fix that midfield and bring in one really nice card, then yeah, that's a solid yeah, build. So up next, we have the 4-3-3 holding, and I was really enjoying this formation during early access, was killing it for me. But in goal, Ederson. Because he's been downgraded, he might be a little bit more affordable, but as like a starter goalkeeper, you don't want to go too crazy and put all your budget in him. Denzel Dump Truck, I like to call him, but now this is a phenomenal card. 88 sprint speed, lengthy, and he's got base quick step, rapid, long throw, precision header. This is top quality. I wouldn't be at all surprised if he's 25, 30,000 when the full release comes out. Mad. And even Pavard himself with the lengthy running style, 89 stand tackle he has with really good interceptions. And Jockey Plus. He actually looks like a beast, to be honest. Yeah, I really like the look of Pavard with good reactions and composure for an 84. Tomori, I'll be real, he was a bit hot and cold for me on FC25. Didn't really like him as much as I thought I would, but for an 81 rated, you know, you can't really fault that. And I like that they've made sure that they've given him like good enough stand tackle quality. We've seen DeMarco already. Loftus-Cheek, is he really going to be providing what you need when it comes to passing, defending, like everything? I think I would use him myself, yeah. I don't know if I'd want to play him as a cam, which is intended there, or CDM and stuff. I'd play him CDM, yeah, but not cam. Tonali. Are we talking 150,000 coins for Tonali? You know, he's got the Enforcer. He doesn't have any passing play styles, really. That's kind of wild for a Tonali. Yeah, that's pretty weird. Like, in-game, he's going to be a beast, so it doesn't make any difference. Reinders is going to be far too expensive. Like, he'd definitely be more than Tonali. Incisive, the Tiki-Taka Plus. He's got even Finesse Shot as well. That's such a naughty card. With good finishing to back it up. Yeah, that's basically the most overpowered sentiment that you're going to be seeing. Like, without any of the shooting play styles, is his shot just going to feel substantial to the point where, you know, he's broken? Or is he going to feel a bit cheaper this year? I wonder if it's going to be Malin 2.0 for us. Like, he was just so nice. I would stay clear. I don't think you desperately need to bring in these types of cards. Although he looks good in general. Like, he's got the finesse. He's got, yeah, great stats. Like, are you really wanting to pay like 100k for an 83 and then lose a ton of money? And then Rafael, what the hell's happened to this man? 84 rated now. He's still going to be a lot of coins. So this is a bit more of a premium starter build for sure. Incisive, rapid, trickster, quick step. He looks brilliant. I mean, would I use that team? Absolutely. It's for sure one of the best sides that we've seen so far, but it is starting to creep into like 300,000, 400,000 coin territory, I would imagine. That's just my price prediction, because some of those cards, yeah, look kind of crazy. So we do have another 4-4-1-1 formation, but I've just seen the return. Hogback, he's on FC26. But let's go through the cards. So in goal, we have Chevalier with his footwork and 1v1 close down. That's fine. For an 83, in fact, that's a really good goalkeeper. 83 rated, good play styles. You can't really go wrong with that. Llorente, I think he was actually one of the first Evos that I did. It cost me a decent amount, but he was for sure worth it. I think we actually used like the pre-order FC points to get it done. Then we've got Hanko. Like, I liked his team of the season a few years back, and you can play him in multiple positions, but anticipate, jockey, like that's what it's about. But keep an eye out, like, because his actual like defensive stats are like a little bit low. Eder, of course, you're going to be paying a premium for his name. No anticipate, no base quick step, but they're not going to be giving that like day one. Alde returns again, so we don't need to check out his stats. Naki Williams, now he's going to give you multiple positions. He's got his quick step, finesse shot. Does he have low driven as well? Wow. Oh wow, that card is really good. Shooting is balanced, his dribbling is fine, and he's going to be so fast anyway, and you can play him on the wing or in that striker role. That's a player to watch out for. It's really good. Camavinga we've seen, and then Paul Pogba. Jesus boys, 60 acceleration, 68 sprint speed. Well, he ain't going to be moving, and if they had work rates, he would most definitely have low to low. Lazy ass. So you're going to have to wait until the Evos come out. But 5-star skills, 4-star weak foot. Yeah, there's a lot of potential to be had there. And Marcus Rashford. I mean, you could use him in different builds as well, play him striker, but his finishing isn't like top tier. 79. I mean, it's balanced enough at the start of the game. I think he's fine, yeah. 80 rated just to run in. And then Griezmann, I don't necessarily think that Griezmann is going to be one of those slept on cards, but maybe not as desirable because he's come down a few ratings. You know, he only has 77 pace. When you look at the shooting, passing, like always, every year, Griezmann has some quality stats that you just can't ignore. And then to finish this squad and to lead the line, it's Colin Mwani. It's similar to Thuram in a way, where you just stick him striker, you leg it in behind, and you take some nice shots. So yeah, I would actually rate this team quite highly. Maybe not so much like Pogba though. In fact, what I would actually change personally is, although Hanko looks like a good player to use, maybe question mark over him, like is he really going to feel that substantial in the tackle? And then Pogba I'd personally drop until like the Evos come out. But I can understand, like, want to bring him in, just have some fun, fair play. Especially like day one, why not, you know, use some cards that are like a little bit ass? You're going to be able to get away with them. Last team it is for today, and it's going to be in the 4-4-2 formation, but we have already seen Edison, Cancelo, Murillo. Like, of course, he's going to be incredible, Murillo, for sure. But Timber, bringing up his in-game stats, I don't think that's too bad for an 82 overall. Like, you can't really be expecting, like, anything crazy, but I personally wouldn't use him in the fullback positions, not with 76 acceleration. Theo Hernandez, is he going to be as good? Obviously, with that transfer away from the Serie A, like, ooh, anticipate, he's been given Bruiser, the rapid, the quick step, mindset, but he doesn't have the playstyle plus. So I think that's good. Yeah, I don't think that we should be making him like too broken. And then especially the league as well, getting easy chemistry to like Diaby and these types of players. But Joelinton is the brand new player that we haven't seen yet. And he's been given Enforcer, Aerial Fortress, the Bruiser, and of course Lengthy. He's one of the strongest players as well on the game. Do you know who's stronger than him? Gyökeres. Would you agree with that? I would actually say Joelinton's stronger than Gyökeres. Yeah, he should be the strongest player on the game. Kingsley Coman, this guy's a throwback. Like, he really did start off the FIFA 17 FUT Champs journey, having him with Lacazette and all the boys. But it's just a good card to bring in just to leg it down the line. And the fact that he can play left wing, left mid, or right mid, you've got options to grow your team with him in. So yeah, I like that. That's fine. You don't need to go too crazy there. He is looking proper OP. He's one playstyle away from being legit perfect. Like if he had low driven, so you were able to perform those, you can play him cam if you really want to, left wing striker, but he doesn't have advanced forward on the striker role. And then Wissa, the Newcastle brand new boy. He's got low driven, game changer rapid, and Marmouche that has the false 9 instruction. That could be really, really good. Yeah, poacher on Wissa and false 9 on Marmouche. So I think we've got something going here with this team. Maybe the midfielders, like Joelinton, Tonali, that seems a bit defensive in my opinion, but it still will work well. Gives you that stability. And then just feed it over to the wings and just jet down the line and do cutbacks to Marmouche. Like, that team looks really good and it will work. But boys, thank you so much for watching. We're building up to the hype of FC26, and before we know it, it's going to be the full release. So thank you, and if you've enjoyed this style of content, thumbs up and support the video, and subscribe if you're new around here. And I'll see you on the next one. Peace.